So this is our official Shakedown cruise, Memorial Day weekend, and the electronics have been great. We had a depth sounder that dropped out on us. We had to reconfigure that, but on Tuesday we're going to haul the boat and put in the Real Vision transducers for the Raymarine, so we won't have that problem anymore. Otherwise, electronics, perfect. Yeah. The batteries are performing great. They're charging fast right in the windows that we would expect. We've been able to use the electric cooktop.
Yep.
Make dinner.
Yep. Cook dinner, cook
Yep.
breakfast, make coffee, all of that.
Yeah.
And genset's running good too.
Yep. Everything's configured the way it should be. The genset auto stop isn't working, so we'll have our guys take a look at that when we get back on Tuesday. And we'll get the water maker, the final install with the through hole for that. So we'll be set for water, and that's currently our weakest link in the chain right now. So we'll be able to stay out weeks on end now. Fuel and food.
Yeah.
Will be our cutoff, right? What else?
Everything else is going well.
Yeah?
Loving
Nothing
it.
to complain about.
Okay, so today is a busy day.
Yeah, very.
We're gonna get the boat hauled out and have some work done. Finish getting the water maker installed since they have to drill a hole in the hull for that. Get the zincs replaced while it's out, as well as get the transducer installed.
Two of them. Yeah, the Raymarine Real Vision transducer, one for each side of the hull that shoots out sideways. So excited to show you all about that. I think that's going to be a great addition to the boat.
Yeah.
And what's the cool part?
And then, while the boat is out, we are going to stay in a houseboat and do a comparison of what it's like living on a houseboat versus liveaboard. So we'll bring you along for the ride on that. We'll see how that goes.
Share all our thoughts with you. And this houseboat's on South Lake Union, and it is right across from the houseboat that was in Sleepless in Seattle. So, anyhow, just give you some context.
Okay, we're at the Boatyard. John's in the boat. We're gonna haul it out, and I'm in the dinghy, and I'll pick him up, and then we'll head back to our slip. Get all the work done that we need on the boat. Okay, they got the straps on, getting ready to haul it out.
So this is the most nerve-wracking part. If you watch YouTube fails on haul out, it tends to be this is when the front strap slips off of the bow and everything goes wrong. However, because we have a great yard and the folks that are running the entire lift know exactly what they're doing, none of that drama took place. So this is a great shot of the yard tech that is remotely controlling the entire travel lift, getting the boat completely centered up over its blocks for the keel. And believe it or not, that's the part that holds the weight of the entire boat. Here they're going to block the keel, which takes the stress off of the boat, because that's the load-bearing portion of the boat. And then they will block out the sides. That will give it its support from left to right. So the pressure just hit the rear of the keel. And now, once they block it up to the front, he will tilt it forward just by letting out.
So I'm not a very big person. I only am about 5'4", but this boat is huge once it's out of the water. Our ride all our stuff. Our water taxi. That's what we got right now. That's all we're left with. Poor doggy just wants to take a nap. Leroy, what do you think? It's kind of a mess, isn't it? Paige is gonna come pick you up, take you off our hands, because we can't have you on the houseboat. Kind of feel like we're homeless right now with all this stuff. This one's turnip, right?
Turnip. It says Lily.
It says Lily. Yeah, so today was a super long day. So as we told you earlier, we were coming in to do the haul out. We got it hauled out. And I jumped in the dinghy, and John was getting it ready to get hauled out. How was that, getting it hauled out?
Felt narrow. Felt pretty tight. But I guess it wasn't that bad in the end. The only thing is like the travel lift and all the metal rails on the dock they're pretty high, so there's not a lot of protection. You don't go on with fenders and such. It all worked out just fine. Everybody did a great job, but yeah, it's nice that it wasn't windy.
Yeah, and you always feel a little nervous when you don't have fenders out.
That's right. Yeah,
it's kind of like that protector to protect the boat. But
that's why they exist.
They have the straps.
Yeah.
So we got that hauled out, everything out on the boat, make sure that they got everything on their list that they're going to work on. Transducers got installed.
Transducers, yeah.
Transducers.
Yeah, and it was a little tricky where there wasn't a lot of room in the engine room to be able to place those, so they really kind of had to figure out just the right spot. Make sure there wasn't turbulence from other things that were already on the bottom of the hull. It looks like they did a really nice job. They put the through hole for the water maker. We did notice, though, this probably made the entire haul out worth its price, that the intake for the gen set was actually corroded and clogged. Yeah, and it hadn't been shutting down, which the gen sets are usually very protective of themselves if they start not being able to get enough water. But it had to be super close.
And they were working on the zincs, getting those switched out.
Yep, nice fresh zincs, which is good. And there was some calcification, so
gotta clean it off.
Gotta clean that off, because literally it's just a sacrificial anode. It's the metal that gives its life before the expensive parts on your boat give their life. But if they're not making an electrical connection, if they don't have a smoothness connection, if there's corrosion between the boat and the zincs, then they don't do their job. So anyhow, they were cleaning all that up. That went well. And getting a lot of the fiberglass work done, really Gelcoat work where people had screwed things into the boat that didn't belong there. So yeah, that all got done as well.
Yep, so we got that done, and then we were hungry. It was lunchtime, so we ran the dinghy. So what we did, because we took the dinghy off so we could get around Lake Union, worked out great. So we met Paige at Ivar's, had lunch, and handed the dog off to her.
Yep.
So she could take care of him while we're on the houseboat.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So thank you, Paige, for taking care of Leroy. We're out and about doing this. But it was a full day. It started out with nasty, drizzly weather. It was gross, and the anchor didn't want to come up. But all in all, it actually worked out pretty well. We were a half hour late for the yard, which they were super cool. They let us haul. A lot of yards, they get busy, and if you're late for your slot, they just turn you away. But this yard's a super solid yard.
So that all worked out. Checked in here, so we'll be here. And the funny thing is, our slip is like 1,000 yards from here. You can almost see it.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
We'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. They had shore power at the yard, which is nice. So we hooked up the shore power, so the batteries are all recharged. So we don't have to worry, all the food that's in the refrigerator, it's all
good.
It's all good.
So John wanted to stay on the boat, and so I decided to go and pick up the dog and bring the dinghy back. So I got Leroy with me. Hi, Leroy. So we're bringing the dinghy back over to the boatyard. Okay, this is what it looks like when the transducers are installed under the boat. And one thing they said, you want it to be in front of these here because you don't want anything to be in the way, so it has a clear view. Okay, we got the new zincs on, so we are all good to go. Protect the boat.
So we're lucky that navigators are built with a underwater exhaust. Really helps keep not only the sound down, but frankly the stink as well. There is a secondary exhaust as well, but this has very little that comes out of it. Next year's project, these are all stainless steel. We gotta change them out because they're getting brittle.
Getting that swim step all shiny, baby.
Yeah, the part no one can see, right?
Except John can see it.
I can see it. So after applying some correcting cream and buffing it all off, it turned out great.
That's super shiny.
It's shinier than the rest of it.
This guy's doing all the gel coat, and
But it never shut down.
he says that it takes 90% prep and 10% just to shoot it. So he's been doing an awesome job. We've been very pleased with his work today. So if you need gel coat work, you know a guy.
Pacific fiberglass. I'll show you a couple of the pieces that they did up on the bridge. They're absolutely amazing. All right, so there was this big spire crack here. It was pretty gnarly. And they ground it all out, all the gel coat, and it went through and relayed the polyester, and then shot the gel. Just had a bunch of spider cracking back in this area. Again, ground it all out, set in the polyester, and shot the gel coat. So yeah, they repaired that, shot all that, and that one had opportunity for water intrusion, but that's all taken care of. So with the Raymarine down vision transducers installed that also support real vision 3D mapping of the bottom, the new through hole for the water maker, the new zincs, and thank goodness the identification of the clogged intake for the gen set, we had a successful haul out, so it was time to put her back in the water. So once the team checked their work and made sure that there were no leaks, they pulled the boat down the wall so that the fiberglass and gel coat folks could finish up their work and we could do the final setup on the entire down vision and real vision depth sounders. After watching some of this footage, I was a little jealous of Carlin's trip back down the ship canal to find the Elli-Yacht tied to the wall as we were tuning in the entire install. So this is where it kind of gets fun. You get to geek out a little bit, but this is Tim O'Neill, who set up the entire Raymarine system for us. Great guy, amazing depth of knowledge in all these electronics. Anyway, he was able to go through, set everything up, and in what seemed like moments, be able to start showing us about our side vision. And once he went through and familiarized us with basically how it even appears on the screens, what it means, the down vision was certainly much clearer than what we'd seen from the chirp before, but this is where it gets cool. 3D mapping from the real vision transducers, and they're all real-time rendered right on each and every one of the multifunction displays. Cool stuff. So if we've learned anything over the years, if you are new to an area, the best craftsmen go to the best boatyards. And everything we've seen here at the Canal Boatyard is nothing but the best. There's nobody that's a hack. Everybody is completely on their game. It's our good friend Katie, and she does Pump Out Seattle.
Pump Out Seattle.
She rocks. And we just, so we got this new light bar for her boat so that people know that she's keeping the lake green. And so we got a green light bar, so when she shows up, people can see her, because the problem is when you're out and about and you need a pump out, you don't know that a savior is nearby, which is Katie. So this is it, right?
That's cool.
So sweet. You like
So that's what, ladies and gentlemen, the green light special.
Right?
It's coming to Andrews Bay.
Right?
Yeah.
So check it out. So we're going to screw it right through the hardtop on the fiberglass. So we can unbolt those, pop that through. Check out this cable.
Yeah, let's do Christmas.
Yeah.
Come on,
Go
come
for
on.
it. This is bad.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, so that's the control box. Check that.
Some bitch. Some bitch. Yeah, we're big pimpin'.
Right?
Big pimpin'. Oh,
That's
gonna be so
awesome.
cool.
And it has the lights on the end and on the sides. You're going to have to decide which direction you want.
I can't wait to see it installed.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching our episode on the haul out. And stay tuned for next time by hitting the subscribe button and ringing that bell. See you next time.